Well, hello there. My name is Dallas. I am 38 years old, and this is my first Christmas tree. Can you believe it? My first Christmas tree. It's about time, I think. I'm in a little city. Well, not little. It's about 500,000 in population in Russia, and I'm practicing on how to decorate a Christmas tree. This is not going to be what this tree will look like. This is just me fooling around. Things are not in order, and I will show the finished product when we are finished decorating. Now I'll just show you where I got this. This is from IKEA, and it's called Frosted Norway Tree, and those are the measurements. And it's got snow tips with pine cones, and that's the information for you if you're interested. And the instructions are inside. Grab those. So it's pretty basic. You just start with the base there, and you put one bolt in to hold them together. And number two, you put one stem into the base, and then you connect it with another, and then there's the top. And I will show you how this goes into the sections. So I'll just take some of this down because we're redoing it anyway, and these are some things that you just can't find in Russia, so I brought them. So as you can see, it's color coded. Maybe you can't see, but right there it's red, and each of these sections just fits into the base stem, and the tip there is red. And when you get it out of the box, it's all compact, and you have to separate these needles away, and it's metal inside and it bends quite easily. And one thing I found is if you have a heavier decoration, you can bend the tip up like that, so it prevents it from falling. And look, it's a demonic deer. Oh no. Right from the devil himself. We're just slowly gathering decorations. That one's kind of cool. This is one of my favorites. Looks kind of like an onion or something, but it looks cool when the lights are off and it's sitting in front of a bulb and the lights are flashing through. These are just hugging hearts. There's the pine cone. As you can see, the snow-tipped needles there. Yeah, so I forget how many sections there are anyway when it comes to the color codes, but they start out long on the bottom, of course, and then the sections get shorter. And the top stem that fits on top into the other two stems is its own section of these needles, and they are pointed up, and then you just bring them down and it completes the tree. And up here, this is all you have to do with that. You just stuff it in there like that and twist it. And this is all going to change. Like I said, this is not the completed tree. This is just for practice. Initially we had this here to go on top, but we haven't decided that we're going to use that one. This one's probably a little bit more nicer looking. This looks like a unicorn horn or something. And we have this you can wrap around, but it looks kind of cheesy, I think. I'm probably not going to use that. And we have more of this. These golden beads. Oh, we're just trying different things right now. We're going to be getting more lights. I'm not sure if we're going to be getting ones that match this. We might get bigger ones. But I do like the sequence of these flashing bulbs, especially when the lights are out. My favorite lights growing up, as a Jehovah's Witness, I'd always admired the decorations around homes and trees. I loved red and blue lights. And I don't know if you, as a Jehovah's Witness, or ex-Jehovah's Witness, if you've ever driven around the neighborhood and just admired the different setups and designs of the Christmas lights around the homes and trees. We did that. We just drove around sometimes for fun and just looked around how beautiful it was. My parents weren't always Jehovah's Witnesses. They celebrated birthdays and Christmas and all that before they were basically forced into the truth by my aunt and uncle, who was basically a Jehovah's Witness dictator, I guess you could say. This Christmas tree and Christmas in general is apparently pagan, well, in the eyes of the Jehovah's Witnesses of the Watchtower Society. And so it's the big reason why we were not allowed as Jehovah's Witnesses to have anything to do with the celebrations of Christmas, not even sing or play Christmas music. If you think about it, Jingle Bells is not even about Christmas, if you read the lyrics or listen to the song itself. But they do play it at Christmas time, so we have to view it as pagan and demonic, straight from the devil. When I left the Jehovah's Witness cult, it took me a very long time to get to this point where I actually have my own tree that I'm decorating. I just kept the tradition of not having anything to do with Christmas. And I thought to myself, why do I need a Christmas tree? Why do I need to decorate? Why this and that? Why exchange gifts? What does it have to do with Jesus' birth? But now that I'm a little older and now that I have a wife, that doesn't matter to me. I don't care anymore. I just want to enjoy life. This is actually a lot of fun. It's beautiful. It's going to be a lot more beautiful when we actually have the real finished product, when we redecorate it. And it's a lot of fun. It makes life more fun. Why be an old onion sitting in your room or your home doing nothing but reading a Watchtower? I don't know if you noticed, but in the beginning of this recording, I said it's my first Christmas tree. And the reason I said that instead of first Christmas is because I was disfellowshipped in the year 1997. And I, of course, didn't have family or friends in that time concerning Jehovah's Witnesses. I had friends on the outside of the cult. And I was friends with these worldly girls and their brother. They invited me over for their Christmas dinner They were very hospitable, very loving people. They had Christmas tree and turkey dinner, and it was very, very warm there with love, and touched my heart, and I felt very comfortable. And they could have been my new family quite easily. And I'll always remember that. It was just awesome to be there. And I didn't have to spend that Christmas alone, absolutely alone, depressed. And some people have super depressing thoughts, and that's what happens when you are involved with a cult and you're indoctrinated, or you have people in your family shunning you, friends shunning you. That's not love, that is unnatural affection, which the Bible brings out in Scripture. That is not the sign of a Christian, when you're shunning your family to the point of depression and even attempted suicide. But to turn this around into something positive, you don't have to follow a cult anymore. You can do what you want. This is not satanic. There is a bunch of proof out there where it when it comes to Jeremiah and the tree, how it explains how they made this image into an idol of worship. There's proof and evidence and research that has nothing to do with the Christmas tree. Jehovah's Witnesses, if you want to say that this is pagan, then I guess you can call yourselves pagans for wearing a wedding ring. Normally, in North America, I'd be wearing my wedding ring on that finger there, but in Russia here, I wear it on my right hand. That's the tradition here. And according to the logic of the Watchtower Society, Jehovah's Witnesses that are married are pagans or into pagan worship or beliefs. So you could research that for yourself. There's no difference between that and having a Christmas tree. It's actually really healthy not to be in association with people in the cult, because they just bring you negativity and remind you of what it's like to be in the cult and the legalism there, the rules you have to follow, what you're told to do, what you're not allowed to do. It's just really negative. And if you can just leave that behind you and start living your own life like you should be in this earth, it's the best way to go. It's a demonic snowman. How terrible. How terrible. Why would I do such a thing? Oh, it's good to be sarcastic and have a little humor in life. Let me turn the lights off and look at this. Like I said, we need more lights at the top there. But this is sort of an idea what it looks like in the dark. These are really good memories. This is a really good memory for me and my wife, and I'll never forget this. With trees like this that are fake, you can hang on to them forever, and you can just reuse them every year, pack them away, pack the ornaments away, and you can choose new ones every year, of course, if you're tired of them. Come on, where's the red lights? my favorite. But it's all fun. It's harmless. You're not hurting anybody. There we go. Life should be about enjoying, not feeling guilty. Anyway, everybody, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Happy holidays. There, now we got more lights, and now we're really pagan. We haven't decorated it yet. We're gonna redo it, but that's a little bit more flashy. If you're gonna be pagan, you might as well be really in style here. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are.